The end of one's path is the start of someone else's, or something else's. Hallur left the bus with his guidebot Pipar, a last-minute solution for his last wish. He had never seen the Laugavegur trail. After a life full of work and duty, glaucoma was leaving him blind. Still, he attempted to go on a solo hike, whether it was out of a desire to accidentally end his life and avoid dealing with the loss of sight, or to finally search for the beauty of his homeland. He wasn't sure. Whichever the case, his intentions didn't go unnoticed. A co-worker lent him the family bot. Their child built it. Welcome to the 30s. They walked together to the start of the trail. Hallur followed in silence, paying close attention to the mechanical sound of Pipar's steps, barely audible above the wailing wind. Its small structure was a moving blur in front of him.
Please use your trekking poles.
Pipar spoke for the first time in hours. It was programmed in English, maybe for the child to practice, or for future guidebot gigs. Science fiction turned into reality. Bots had the certainty of a job before humans did. Day one of the hike was the steepest and most colorful. Pipar asked if it should take pictures whenever it detected Hallur's smile. The red, orange, golden and green rhyolite mountains were faint and soft like watercolor. He couldn't see as vividly as most who had walked this path, but it was there still. If Pipar decided to take pictures of its own accord, he didn't mind. Sounds adorned the landscape with bubbling hot springs and steam rising from the ground. His shoes crunching snow and gravel beneath him, the wind singing and roaring at times, and then whispering the arrival of gentle raindrops.
Please take out your raincoat,
it suggested while automatically opening its overhead umbrella. Aren't you waterproof?
Yes, I am. But it's fun to play human.
Play human? If any of your parts breaks, you get a replacement. Humans don't always have that luxury. Some get discarded before machines do. He put the melancholic thoughts aside, enjoying all the sensory details nature offered. The smell of sulfur from the springs and the freezing water getting into his socks during river crossings were not pleasant, but part of the experience. He welcomed it all with every step he took. They ended day 2 at the shore of Authortube Lake. Gorgeous landscape, merciless climate. Nearby hikers yelled and ran for the blown-away tents, some of which fell into the water. Hallur had to pay for a last-minute bunk and a sleepless night at the hut. Snores and mumbles kept him awake and grouchy. Pipar stayed recharging in a corner near the entrance, ready for day 3 of their little adventure. And what an adventure! The strangest and longest day. A walk across the black sand desert, and the illusion of not moving regardless of walking for hours played tricks on him.
Wow, look, there is a rainbow. Would you like a picture?
About 5 minutes later, the mist revealed another rainbow. Hallur only wanted to get out of this silent, colorless part of the trail, get to the next campsite. They walked, and another rainbow. 5 minutes later, and another one. Pipar, are you functioning properly? Did you recharge last night?
Yes, all my programs are working. Do not worry. This is the longest section of the trail. You are not alone. There are other hikers walking with you today.
Pipar's steps came to a halt.
Wow, look, there is a rainbow. Would you like a picture?
This must be a joke, or a bad dream. Again, Hallur forced the thoughts away. If there were mountains ahead, he couldn't tell. Even Pipar was harder to see. The thick fog wrapped around them like a veil. Was this the part of the trail people compare to the moon? More like the land of the dead. Be patient. Hallur pushed through the mind-bending lunar landscape, listening to his favorite tunes. If I'm already dead, who will take the robot back to the child? Nah, this is something else. How many rainbows have we seen? Hallur gained courage to ask after Pipar announced another.
31.
That's my age. Did I die? When? He stopped before rainbow 32 and asked Pipar to stop. He trembled from cold and fear, fighting the dark side of his mind. Pipar, tell me. Hallur took more than one deep breath. Where is the end of this rainbow? A long mechanical sound indicated its head moved side to side.
Follow me.
They walked a few meters to the left. Hallur knelt and searched through the pebbles and sand. Pipar, do you see anything strange? The robot moved closer to the rainbow's edge. Something pulled forth and Pipar fell on its face. Its hand connected to something on the ground with a clashing sound. Hallur lifted it up and wrenched the object off its hand. He held this thing up to his eyes, but it was yet another blur. The octagonal shape, the heavy weight, he had no clue. A magnet of sorts. They walked to the other end of the now vanished rainbow and found another piece. Walked back to the rainbow behind them and collected the other pair. He would show those odd octagons to his co-workers. Someone would know what those were. They went on for the rest of the trail and ended their hike in 6 days like everybody else. Nice weather all the way down to Skógar, though the paths were rougher than what it was described online. Tired but proud, Hallur waited for the bus to take him back. The waiting felt too long. Was it too early? Too late? He tried to call, but his phone's screen was black. No cars, no tourists, no sounds other than Skógafoss waterfall's roar. Foliage and gravel beneath his feet. Foliage and gravel, no sign of the road.